to the fence, and that's gone.
There it is. Ace to win the set. It's caught. 20-10 touchdown.
This is going to be in the gap.
Yes! Oh, go to the deflection. The Andover Huskies win their first state championship.
Right from Andover High School, it's girls high school basketball as the Huskies 11-2 getting ready to take on Centennial at a mark of 7-7. Jim, this game kind of sets the tempo for postseason.
Yeah, and Section 7 has been owned by the Cougars for the last 3 years. They've made it a state the last 3 years. They're on a 4-game winning streak right now. Andover's on a 9-game winning streak. It's going to be a fun night tonight.
Well, you've got the core four for Andover. They've been able to put up some double figures consistently throughout the season in the midst of their 9-game win streak. And, of course, some scoring punch coming from Frost also with this Centennial squad.
Yeah, the first game was a 53-57 win for the Huskies. Autumn McCall was not in the lineup for the Cougars, and that's at 6'2". Tommy's recruit, junior. Very, very good basketball player. It's going to be a challenge tonight for the Huskies. The core four is really going to have to come through.
Coming your way in just a moment, it's the Huskies taking on Centennial girls high school basketball coming your way on QCTV. Hey, we get a moment just before the tip with head coach Blake Nichols of the Andover Huskies. Coach, your core four squad really starting to gel and kind of get into a flow again this season.
It's been fun to see us string some wins together, and we've had some key players step up, whether they're seniors, juniors, sophomores. Been very proud of the way that we've come together and continue to compete through this first half of the season.
Well, you stacked 9 straight wins. Meanwhile, Centennial stacked their last 4 wins. They return now with Autumn McCall. How does that change your defensive formula?
It gives them another weapon, and they're, in my opinion, a tough out. And Marissa Frost, Autumn McCall, they have shooters around them. It's going to feel like a section final game in a way with 2 great teams going to battle out there.
Well, that first game and that win over Centennial really had to be a nice boost confidence-wise, and it seems like it's really lifted your team.
It's a really tough place to play. In my 6 years here, we never won there, and kind of getting the monkey off your back a little bit. But credit to our girls for being resilient, being tough, and we're trying to play our best basketball in February and March, and this is just another step for us to get there.
Blake, thanks for joining us. Good luck tonight.
Thank you. Hi, Mom.
Welcome tonight here from the Andover High School. Joe Rulin along with Jim Childs. And Jim, I've been waiting for this matchup ever since I saw their matchup earlier in the season, just a couple of weeks ago. But now the Andover Huskies come into the market 11-2, taking on the Centennial Cougars, and this will be an outstanding matchup.
Yeah, we had mentioned in the pregame, both are on in the Vegas world. They'd call them heaters. They're both on a roll right now, and there's both teams have blue bloods as far as the talent level. I mean, you talk about Frost and McCall from the Cougars, and you mentioned, I think you coined the phrase the core four, and both at Andover, and these seniors are a special group.
There you saw the starting lineup for the for the Cougars. Of course, Marissa Frost, one of the signature Keystone players there, with 21 points, get you caught up on the rest of them. Meanwhile, here for the Huskies, 11-2. Piper Ingleby will be a starter, 14 points a game. Morgan Miller at 13 points a game, followed by Emma Frost, also a senior, 12 points a game. And then Anna Voller, almost 20 points a game, 19.9 averaging this season. And then rounding out that starting lineup will be number 20, the lone underclassman and the point guard, and that will be Lacey Heppel. They are coached, the Huskies, by some great experience in there. Blake Nichols. Blake Nichols in his 6th season. He has 7 years of coaching overall, 1 year at New Prague. But excited the direction of this team. But I think both coaching staffs especially Jamie, also coming your way, Sobolik with Centennial. Kind of want to see where the teams are at. This is a great kind of a matching point there. You can look at Blake Nichols.
Yeah, Blake Nichols, I believe it's his 5th year with the Huskies. And you're right. He's done a great job of being able to take that talent that you get from the feeder programs and be able to develop it. He's done a nice job with that. Since this, like you said, this is a great matchup. You see these two coming right to the center right now, and you've got Miller versus McCall on the jump.
A good measuring stick here, and the Huskies averaging 69 points a game. Centennial 56, but now let's see how that changes with the addition of McCall up at post. The Huskies win the tip. This is Heppel up top, just above the top of the key. There to Miller. She can shoot that three. She takes the dribble down to the corner. Lacey, they rotate it around. Frost looks at it at the elbow, now kicks it back out to Ingleby. Ingleby on a strong drive to the hoop. Might have been partially blocked. Loose ball picked up by Centennial. Centennial moving it back cross court, trying to set up a wing shot, but now taking it to the hoop there from the lane, unable to convert. On that attempt was Metz.
Jordan, I think she was surprised at how open she was and really not challenged by the Huskies defense.
They'll work it to the far side and looking to stop and pop. Instead, she'll stop and pass. Looking on a drive here by Heppel. She'll kick it to Ingleby. Looking to work some man-to-man here, and a good drive by Frost. Takes it to the hoop and draws the foul. And I will tell you, Frost is oftentimes one of those X factors for the Huskies. She comes in averaging 12 a game and draws the foul.
Nice first step on Metz, and Metz did recover, but unfortunately got the arm.
Long on the first free throw attempt again. Season high for Frost is 20 points, and Andover a chance to take an early lead here against the Cougars. She gets the first.
Boy, talk about a gym going silent. Wow, that was about as quiet
that
as
was
you
library
get.
quiet.
Yeah, it was.
Does anybody go to the library anymore? I'm sure the students do, of course. There's a turnover by Metz as she tried to take it down to baseline and stripped and out of play. Huskies get possession.
Well, the Huskies are taking a little note out of the Maple Grove playbook. One thing that Centennial struggled with early was the pressure and the press of Maple Grove.
Frost takes one more step, puts it up. Miller tries to get the rebound. Metz picks it up on the transition. Metz will tee one up from behind the three. Might have been partially blocked there by Frost, and back will come Voller. Anna Voller, averaging almost 20 a game. A runner here, puts the shot up. They're going to call her for the offensive foul. Voller whistled for her first foul.
Looks like, Frost did a great job defensively on her, and it looks like she just put the shoulder down and extended that arm.
Andover comes this three-quarter press. Frost up top, a very active and athletic defensive player, taking this all the way to the hoop. That's a convincing break, and that's the first of many tonight for Frost, who's averaging 21 a game for Centennial.
Well, that's a tough two to get, though. That was she had to drive traffic on that one.
Working up, Huskies kind of start in that four horns up formation. Ingleby has it. Goes left, now drives the baseline, kicks it back. Frost has a look for three, and it's just short and finds its way out of bounds. 2-1 lead now for Centennial. Centennial 7-7, Jim, 56 points a game. Their opponents are averaging 57 a game.
Yeah, and both have had really tough schedules early on. Both lost to Rosemont, a real solid team, and both teams are just hitting their stride right now. Perfect time as you get into section time.
Good D again there by Miller. Out front, deflect, loose ball picked up by Frost, and that's the great part of this four seniors. Down low, wide open momentarily was Voller, but Ingleby couldn't get her. The ball down low in the post. Ingleby takes it to the elbow, reverses it back, faking the shot, driving to the lane. Good D. Now a runner up and front of the rim, no good. Offensive rebound by Miller. That's denied. And quickly trying to transition. Here comes Autumn McCall, the 6'2" junior, dropping it back. This a left-handed shot for three by Frost, unable to convert. Back the other way, Voller. Hard off the rim, just a little too strong on the layup. Frost will try to transition it. Again, weaves her way through that left-hand dribble. Even though you know it's coming, it seems like those southpaws get about a half-step gain. Down low, good pass, and converting to McCall, an assist to Metz, a nice dime.
Yeah, Metz, great vision on that as McCall was cutting right into the lane.
Her first 2, she's averaging 8 a game. Missed the last 4 or 5 games. Waller drops it back. Strong drive to the lane, and good. What a close for Morgan Miller. Averaging 13 a game, gets her first 2. Huskies back to within 1, 4-3. Metz up top now to the wing. To McCall. McCall takes a dribble. And to the corner. That was the Kate Lee. Turnover there on the travel. 14:04 to go. Thanks for joining us on this January night. Ready for high school girls basketball. Season just continues to escalate through unbelievably fast. Girls hockey, I think, has about 4 or 5 games left in the regular season. Cutting along the baseline, there's a steal for Centennial. Trying to work it up top now, down through the lane. Stripped on the drive by Metz, picked up. Trying to grab that position, driving the lane and cashing on the baseline. That goes to Frost. She's got 3, and the Huskies have a 5-4 lead. A runner losing balance, but still finding a way to put that ball up and in. Frost converts.
We've seen her lefty, now we see her righty, and boy, she's got that quick first step to get around defensively.
Gets it loose, steals it from Voller, and now Frost will convert that into 2. A turnover conversion for 2, 6 already here, and 13:06 to go for Frost, and now a 3-point lead for Centennial. Engelby takes that left-hand dribble, looking for someone to sweep. She'll go to the lane, put it up, and fresh-looking runner that time for Engelby, her first 2 of the night.
Well, that was 2 on her, and she was still able to get it through.
Dribble drive, a kick out. That was the Munson. Long shot, short. Just each one of those 3 attempts thus far for the Cougars have hit the front of the rim. Just a bit short now. Heppel crisscrosses, top of the key for the Frost, and Heppel down below, trying to seal off the defense. As Miller kicks it back, a 3 attempt from the corner. Good battle there as Baller had it momentarily. Now Frost works the conversion. The Munson who goes up, and a block. No foul. They're just going to call a block. Good hustle getting back that time for Heppel.
Yeah, Heppel with a nice hustle, getting back on that backside. What a pass, though, from Frost. Looks one way, kind of a no-look, able to find the super soft Munson.
They'll go man-to-man on the inbound. Will the Huskies inside. McCall kicks it out to the wing. Now back down below to McCall. Beautiful shot off the glass, and the and one opportunity for McCall in Centennial.
Yeah, great footwork by McCall to be able to turn in. Determined and good shot to get the harm.
First foul on Frost. Second team foul for Andover. Completing the and one is McCall, and she has 5 already here. In this first half, 11:50 to play. Huskies trail by 4, 11-7. Working the weave up top and the near perimeter. Back down now in also is Annika Olsen for the Huskies. She's in for Heppel. Shot here, rebound, comes back. McCall runs the court so well, but forcing a turnover. Great defense there. Huskies look to take this one coast to coast and convert their own turnover. That's Sophia Purcell, averaging 2 a game, gets her first 2 on the turnover and conversion for 2.
Yeah, great shot. That started by Engelby. Engelby with a good defense and be able to get that steal.
Inside, good defense. Doesn't have to block it, but just kind of altered the shot that time on McCall, did the defense for Andover. Down below, good job of setting up by Morgan Miller as she was able to post up McCall almost under the basket and opened up a great passing lane. She'll go to the line for 2, Jim.
Yeah, just excellent positioning. She had her hips into McCall and and good recognition by the Huskies to get the ball down to her.
Good looking free throw shot. First one converted. Miller's first point of the night. Stand corrected, fourth point of the night. Converts both. Working perimeter up top here. Kate Lee, she's being guarded by Ingleby. On the switch as Claire Pullum now in. Here's a look from Frost from three. That one was hard off the rim. Conversion time now for Ingleby and Andover as they try to transition inside. A lot of traffic that time as she tried to get that ball inward to Miller, but a lot of cutters between that. Strip it loose, faking the shot, driving the lane. A runner by Pullman, short, deflected, loose ball picked up to the corner, now stripped by Purcell, and they'll be awarded the ball. That will be Centennial. Quickly back in is Voller.
Ingleby, it just seems like her energy level rises once she gets a couple of those starters out and they know that she's got to be kind of the leader on the field, and she really did a nice job the last couple of minutes.
Ellie Fields gets her first look tonight. As I mentioned, Anna Voller back in, staying man-to-man inside. Good pass, trying to convert, but stripping and a good defensive play.
Oh, that's a good news for the Huskies. That's a second foul on McCall now.
But just getting enough of that. Was impressed with the defensive play that time by Annika Olsen, who got over. And she didn't have to block the shot, but she got a piece of the ball that just kind of put the timing off for McCall, and in frustration, she fouls. Annika Olsen, you mentioned, Jim, that's her second, and we're knotted up at 11 apiece. Just at 10 minutes to play here in the fast-paced first half. Looking to pass it inside and anticipating Voller to be at the wing. She was just starting her cut, and Olsen throws it away. Turnover for Andover.
Yeah, right now with McCall out now, you've really got to push onto Miller offensively.
Frost, who's heading to North Dakota State to play basketball next year, brings it up, kicks it to the wing. Now she gets it on the cut to the lane. Moving up Munson. Munson behind the back. Now goes to the elbow, trying to work her way in. A bounce pass along the baseline, but before she could make the pass, she was whistled for the travel with 9:35. And here you get a look at Blake Nichols. Played some college hoops also at Bethel. I hear he had a killer crossover.
You know, Kate Lee and Molly Munson, I think both sophomores. Very good. Nice job.
Beautiful Euro step and the goal. That was an excellent maneuver by Miller. She's got 6. And the Huskies take a 2-point lead. This 3-ball corner pocket, front of the rim. Rebound settled by Olsen. Annika Olsen, lofted pass. And moving it up now to Purcell. She's tangled up there. Who was in the middle of that? You guessed it, Frost. Pullman, bounce pass. Down low, kicks it out. This controlled by Munson. Working the rotation right now. It's Caitlin Peterson, who was setting the pick number 44 for Centennial. And coming in quickly, Annika Olsen will get a breath, and returning back in is Heppel. Setting the pick, but going to the lane. A beautiful floater. Gorgeous. 13-13 tie, and Huskies quickly back, trying to get some offense going off the made shot. Frost with 8 here in the first half. Quick in and out pass as they try to move it around, kind of attack the man-to-man, but they're giving him that lane, dropping down in the low block. Good spin move, kicks it out. This Heppel for 3, and yes, fresh on that 3 by Heppel. Huskies' first 3 of the game, and they take back now a 16-13 lead. Frost stops, post, now kicks it back, receives the top of the key, behind the back, stops, pops, floats, front of the rim, battle, and the rebound comes to Heppel. Heppel moves it down the court. Voller stripped that time by Metz. Ball will go to Andover. And a nice looking three, Jim, by Heppel.
Yeah, Heppel wide open. Good job on finding that open Husky. And Heppel just did not miss.
Head coach again for Centennial, Jamie Sobolik, in his 5th season. Good Jilkin drive, pulls back, kicks it top of the key, in and out on the 3 attempt by Miller. In the hands of Frost. That ball does not get at any time cold on any rebound. They get it right to Frost. A fadeaway there, unable to convert and control the rebound is Centennial. And finally, the Huskies set it up. Passed to the elbow, kicks it back. Cross court now to Frost, Emma Frost. No relation, by the way. Emma Frost and Marissa Frost. I had to check.
Well, that's cool.
No pun intended.
Yes.
Is that what you meant?
Yes. I've been waiting for that one. I had that one queued up since we found out that we were doing this together.
Baller gets a look for 3 and cannot get the bounce. Good battle by Frost, but she cannot control. That's Emma. The rebound quickly back the other way, trying to reciprocate the pressure. Centennial, 7-7. Stripped their winners of their last 4 games. When the Huskies defeated Centennial 57-53 earlier this year in Centennial. Frost had 19, Munson 15, and Metz had 10. Meanwhile, for Andover, Ingleby had 13, Miller 16, 13 for Voller, and 14 for Frost. Top of the key, now driving to the lane. Good, strong move, a little too strong as it went long, but first we'll get a foul called on Andover.
A really nice move by Kate Lee as she was able to cut right in. You can see Hempel on the defense with Frost was basically daring Frost to go with the right hand. See how that plays out.
Lee hits the first of 2. Mila Evers now in for Andover. She gets an attempt for the board, but is picked up off the bounce by Voller. Voller to the lane, kicks it out wide. Frost for 3, fresh. Oh, was that a clean 3 by Frost as she lights it up. Huskies up by 5, 19-14. Here's Centennial trying to get that bounce pass in. McCall on the bench, a hard pass to a cutter that went through her hands and off the shoulder. Frost stops, looks to pop, nope, looks to pass. Little dribble drive, little drag of the foot, and they'll call that on Claire Pullman.
I got to check the brakes because that one that one just didn't stop the way she wanted it to. But Heppel on Frost, just doing an excellent job on not allowing her to have an easy shot.
Emma Frost, her first 3 just moments ago, is listed. Andover now to a 19-14 lead. Ingleby trying to dribble past the defense. Hempel gets a look at 3. This one is short. Rebound controlled, but then stripped by Andover. Heppel, good pressure that time. Good burst of speed on the turnover. Frost thinks about, now drives the lane, kicks it back out wide. Heppel now takes the 3, a little flat on that 3-point attempt. And Centennial controls. Here comes Frost. Frost stops at 3, finds the cutter down below. Whoa, can she look well down the court and dishes a dime to Caitlin Peterson for her first 2 of the game.
Well, you get so focused on what she's doing, and every Husky knows you got to stop her. Another dime right there.
Love the baseline drive. Able to pick it up and find Ingleby. So she has 4 on the game now for Ingleby. Shot here, rebound back in the hands of Ingleby. Ingleby 3-on-2, kicks it out wide to Frost. Frost to the elbow, gets a little give and go back to Evers, and I don't think Evers was expecting to pass.
No, that was a handoff. That was an RPO that just wasn't ready. So good rotations by the Huskies, fresh, and they're able to kind of contain Frost.
Tough man-to-man D. controlled now as they wing it around the lead to the corner. Picked up there by Emma Thompson. Thompson guarded closely by Ingleby. Good pass inside, good hands as that ball was behind Frost. She gathered it, put the shot up, and drew the foul.
You know, Frost is just a good athlete. We were able to watch her in soccer when they against the Huskies, and she just has command of what she's doing out there.
Some great footwork. Well, she put that ball on the foot for Van Zee and a couple of others.
Yeah.
In a couple of the wins that we had seen. But absolutely. Missing the second Centennial. Centennial, by the way, actually won consolation last year in the state championship. So I had a chance to call a couple of those games. Keeping the dribble alive. Now to the corner. This three ball finds some height. Picking up the loose change and going to the bank is Voller. Voller, her first two, averaging 19.9 a game, and the Huskies extend their lead to 7 at 23-16 to the lane. Good hard drive. Good block by Frost, but they will call her for the foul, and that looks like they'll be sending Munson to the line.
Yeah, Munson, when she puts the ball on the ground, on the floor, she is got a good first step. And Frost did have a little contact on that.
Converts first there. Frost will take a seat. That's her second foul. Annika Olsen returns. Good for Munson. Munson is averaging 12 points a game. Her high this season, 27 for Centennial. Hits on both. Baseline cut once again by Voller. Gets loose and
Husky ball.
Husky ball, good battle there. I like the cuts on the baseline. Those always seem to open up, especially when you're dribbling toward that baseline. Look for Voller on the inbound. Now Ingleby has a look. Takes this hard to the lane. A nice floater, draws contact, but Andover collects the rebound. I'll look for free. Evers hits for three. Yes!
Nice look. Good dish over to Evers. Evers, a nice three.
Squared up. A good knockdown. Huskies now by 8, 26-18. Three ball, corner pocket, no good. Right now it's Centennial tough going in terms of outside the perimeter, but inside certainly very effective. South of 3 to play. Step back, Voller. Yes! Clean looking three for Voller. Her first three, and she is starting to heat it up. Huskies up now by 11, 29-18 behind the back pass. Spin look to the corner. Now shot from the wing, hard off the back of the rim. Battle there ensues, and with 2:40 to go, Huskies will pick it up, and they'll put it to the Huskies' possession here.
I wonder how long you can keep McCall on the bench. She left with the Cougars having the lead by 3, and since the Huskies have taken a 11-point lead.
Another look, Baller. Yes, a baller. Baller with the three-baller at 2:23 to go here in the first half, and the Huskies have opened up now their largest lead at 32-18. Beautiful floater, bringing down a little moisture and coming out of the clouds. Frost converts. She now has 10. Ingleby takes it back up above the top of the key, takes it into a nest of Cougars, and moves it down to Frost. Give and go. She sees that court so well.
She does.
And that pays dividends that time for Molly Munson, who gets it.
Munson's a scorer. She is solid.
They're going to call another push on Voller that time. I believe it's going to go to Voller. That would be her second with 1:44 to go. That will put Voller, towel time for Voller. And Ella Fields returns back. Tough task here to try to guard Frost. Up top on the exchange. Back to the wing. There's Molly. Munson momentarily. Cutter coming in that baseline. Stripped. Trying to put it right back up, but good D to quickly get in there and close the gap there for Andover. Defensive play by Fields. Here's a runner and a layup attempt. Left hand. Rebound comes to Evers. She is fouled that time by number 21, Emma Thompson.
Yeah, Thompson almost kind of ran into that foul, a little frustrated from the offensive set.
Huskies will bring it up. And a 10-point lead, 32-22. Up top, the key here, and from the free throw line, pulling back, Ingleby, she kicks it back out, and Evers is in the zone, ITZ. Evers lights it up, her second three. Now a 35-22 three, and Frost will try. One from beyond the perimeter, cannot connect. 40 seconds left, Huskies by 13.
Right, Evers comes in with averaging 2.6 points. She got 8 here in the first half with some extended playing time. Very, very nice.
Got to watch out for Frost here. She'll look for that steal. As aggressive as she is, I'm surprised she hasn't fouled out this whole year. Some are going to call, but very good defensively. Here's a three attempt for Andover. Rebound to Engelby. She has it stripped from behind as Engelby, and they call the foul. I think it's Munson picks up the foul.
It looked like I think Centennial's lucky that Caitlin Peterson didn't get called for that one.
Piper Ingleby.
Yeah.
This is their first two on the attempt here for the senior guard. Averaging 14. Season high of 22. She converts on the second. Huskies with a 14-point lead, 36-22. Frost brings it up with 15 seconds left in the half. She'll hold on to it and try to drive this to the lane. High off the glass. Getting the rebound, not able to control Centennial. Still 5 seconds left for Andover. Step back, look, Engelby, front of the rim. Still scrambling to get the rebound, but that will take us to the half. 36-22, Jim, in favor of Andover.
Andover came out a little sluggish, especially with their shooting at the beginning, but boy, they have turned it on. They've been able to hit from inside, outside, and really the 2 fouls on McCall early has really hurt the Cougars.
It certainly has. Hey, we'll return with second half play coming your way here on QCTV. Joe Rulon along with Jim Childs. Make sure you return for the second half of this excellent matchup.
Excited to just get back and playing with all my guys. We've been playing together since like middle school, and I'm just seeing the coaching staff, seeing everybody every day. It just makes me happy. I think we hold each other accountable well. I think that's the biggest motivator for us. We don't want to let our team down. We want to play for each other, and I think that keeps us playing hard every day. As I continue to play varsity, I've continued to get better over the years, and I just want to keep getting better and producing more and more and helping the team out. So for myself, I know after these last 2 years, I've been climbing that 1,000-point leader club, so I'm trying to get into there along with Trey. And team-wise, I want to go to state. I think that's all of our goals here. Jesse Jefferson, all of our assistant coaches, so that's our main goal.
Not quite about our goals this year. We have every intention of representing Section 7-4A at the state tournament. We took a couple beatings the last 2 years in the section tournament, but we're confident. We have some returning players. Our best players aren't 15 anymore, and we're ready to play. junior class is pretty deep this year. Trey Borchers, Paige Badani, Affie Beckway, Caleb Shearer. These 4 guys in particular have been playing together since they were in 4th and 5th grade. So the camaraderie is good. They've had a lot of success at the younger levels. They kind of hit their lumps as freshmen and sophomores, playing without a lot of experience. But they're juniors now.
I just feel like we're all like so close with each other. I mean, me, Peyton, all the guys have been playing together, like I said, since middle school, and I feel like we just all like are just connected so much.
A tough matchup tonight here at the Anoka Fieldhouse, where the Anoka Tornadoes took on the Wayzata Trojans, and early on it was a layup line for the Wayzata Trojans. Good feed here for Hawkinson. Sophie Hawkinson turns around, knocks that one down as well. They get out to an early lead, do the Trojans. Back come the Tornadoes as Lizzie Shoknek knocks down a big jump shot there, cuts that lead back to 4. The lead balloons back up to 11, 21-10, and then the Tornadoes kind of get going. Drew Peterson knocks down a jumper, then knocks down a 3. That'll get us pretty close to the half, 27-24. Trojans lead at the break. Second half, Lydia Lackinen comes out hot, tries to get things going for the Tornadoes. Katie Emelot, though, had the answer for the Wayzata Trojans. Turnaround jumper there, turnaround jumper that time after the made layup. Lackinen tries to answer on the other side. Lydia finished with 15 tonight, had a very good one. Big 3 from Hawkinson late, though. That was sort of the sealer as the Trojans came out in the second half and executed the offense brilliantly, getting tons of looks at the rim, a lot of made layups, a lot of second chance opportunities. And no matter what the Tornadoes tried to do, they just couldn't get much closer than 10, 11, 12 points. Finally, the lead ballooned up to 16, and that's where it stayed. Final score tonight, 60-44. The Wayzata Trojans beat the Tornadoes on QCTV.
Thursday night at the Anoka Area Ice Arena, Northwest Suburban Conference Hockey. The Tornadoes hosting the Totino Grace Eagles. And it was the Eagles scoring twice in the first period after a couple of good looks there. Initial save by Lafferty, the goaltender for Anoka. Horak out in front from Anderson and Gallivan, his first goal of the season. 1-0 Totino Grace. Anoka, tight look there that sailed high. Then back comes Gallivan. And a rising wrister over the glove of the goaltender Lafferty under the crossbar. Gallivan's second of the season. And it was 1-0 to 2-0 after the first period. 1 goal in the second period scored by Totino Grace. Anoka had a power play chance and collected a couple of opportunities on that power play, unable to break through to get a goal on the board. And then off a little bit of a scramble out front, loose puck in the high slot. Blake Anderson, another high wrist shot under the crossbar. His second goal of the season made it 3-0 Totino Grace entering the third period. Totino would score early in the third, inside of the first 2 minutes. Scramble from behind the net, comes out in front, bodies down. Lafferty tried to cover it up, and the puck came free. And Murad got his stick on it, able to play it into a mostly open net for his 5th goal of the season. That made it 4-0, and that would be our final in the game here tonight. A couple of penalties here, crashing in on the goaltender in the final seconds of the game. Some frustrations boiled over, but it's Totino Grace getting their 6th win of the season, a 4-0 win over Anoka.
Strong 4A teams in different sections, but they both come in with some great
inside feed, beautiful to Rowe, but Rowe gets swatted a bit by Bagali as it looked like he kind of altered the shot, and Fenton's going to get an open 3 on the other end and knock it down. The lead, nice move by Fretheim, and he takes it in on a beautiful little spin move. Drive to the paint, drive and kick. This is textbook ball right here, swish.
Oh.
The back, now he's going to have to, whoa, that's stolen by Kopetsky, but he lost his balance. Didn't travel, there's numbers the other way. Can they finish this off in the corner for 3? Got it. That's a big give. Insanely hot right now, 12 points each on 4 threes. Kopetsky, the drive, and off the window. And still set the screen on Shaw. Logering's going to go through it and keep it and make it. First time we've even gotten close to that, but they get a rebound and a steal. Kopetsky's got it. He's running in the floor 1-on-3 and takes it all the way in.
What a great.
It's a welcome sight for Coach Leeser. He's thinking, well, where was that earlier? Sampson for 3, got it. And game. Fredheim up and under, beautiful. Gosh, that is so nice from Joey. And they lead by 4. Up and under, Crushane has thought about it. Now Logering from way downtown, got it. That's a huge basket. With the Storm, they finish up strong tonight with a pretty balanced game. They get 30 in the first half, 31 in the second. They win it.
Yeah, and you know,
Girls high school basketball coming your way, QCTV, a Friday matinee. The Huskies come in at a record of 5-2, taking on the Rebels of Jankum Park, 2-7. Offensive board, cashing it back in. Miller had a double-double day on both rebounds and points all afternoon. Meanwhile, slicing it down the lane, Belangi picks up a couple on that drive. Beautiful move inside, great touch. Hagenbart, 2 of her 10 on the afternoon for the Rebels. Huskies had and jumped out to an early lead. Good hands, good turnover, forced the turnover, and Ellie Fields converts on the layup after forcing that turnover. Drive to the lane here, Frost. She was not cold at all. In fact, she was hot on the afternoon, and she had 17 total. There's 2 of her 17. Before the half, the Huskies had a 44-29 lead at half. Coming back in again, Miller, more of the same. And then, of course, Voller stops on a dime and a little spin cycle move for 2 of her 18 on the afternoon. A look for 3. Yes, raining down to 3 for Cash that time. Annika Olsen picks up the trifecta, kicking it out back wide. Looking at a 3, Belangi cashes in on her own 3 beyond the perimeter. Huskies, and a good hustle here. Heppel all the way down, streaks down, delivers a dime to Miller, who converts. And the Huskies take home a convincing 82-49 win. All core 4 players. Once again, Engelby, Miller, Frost, and Voller all in double figures. Huskies win 82-49. Andover will not keep that net still here in the second half, nor Centennial, as the Huskies have a 36-22 lead over Centennial. The Huskies come in with that 9-game win streak, and here's a look at what some things that happened here in the first half, Jim.
The Cougars right off the bat, in this Frost right here for just an outstanding drive. She had a couple of steals and takes, and she's just an excellent player. You can see right there. Autumn McCall, who had 2 quick fouls and was out early. And the Huskies really kind of at the beginning were on their heels. Able to come back. They were down 3 when McCall went out with that second foul. You see Engelby right here. Nice dish over to Voller. Voller. Or that was Evers with the 3-pointer. She had 2 3-pointers in that first half. Finished with 8. And Joe, scoring pretty even for the Huskies.
It is. In fact, if you asked anybody who would lead the team in scoring for Andover at half, I'm guessing the odds were not going to be Evers. And she has 8, shooting the ball well. Meanwhile, Voller with 6, Frost with 6, Miller with 6, Engelby with 5. And right out of the gate, it's Frost again. She comes out of the locker room, heated up and ready to go. She's got a dozen as we just begin the second half. Left-hand hook. Shot attempt there by Frost. Hard rebound. Controlled by Metz.
Metz didn't get much playing time. She's with 2 fouls.
She'll stop, and she'll hit one from beyond the perimeter. Coming out, outscoring Andover here to start the second half, 5-0 Centennial. They're back now within 9. Frost has it, thinks about the drive, draws it back to Voller. Voller off the front of the rim. Getting the loose change, picking up the rebound, unable to convert is Miller. Thought there may be a foul, but they'll play on as Frost will stop here from behind the perimeter and hit her first 3 of the game. She's got 15, averaging 21 a game, and she high this season his 32.
Boy, they're coming out smoking right now out of the locker room, are the Cougars.
Metz is back, an 8-0 run as they come out for Centennial. This is Frost, and missed just a bit long board control. Back the other way here for Centennial. Looking to collect three. No, in and out on that attempt by Frost. Hit everything but the bottom of the net. Transition time now for Ingleby. She looked like she wanted to dish it out to Frost. Deflected, ball awarded to Andover. And right now it's an 8-0 run for the Cougars. 16:22 to go here in the second half, and they trail just by 6.
And I think the Huskies kind of came out of the locker room and they kind of lost where Frost is. And Miller would go out with a, looks like something.
Yeah, on her, she attempted that put back up, and I think took an elbow right to the mouth or the nose. So in right now is Mila Evers. Drive to the lane, maybe one dribble too many as it goes off of the hand and the leg there of Frost. Turnover for Andover and a chance for Centennial, who trailed at half. They're 36-22, a chance for them to cut it to at least 4 here. Lane, kick to 3-ball corner, too strong. Good box out by Ingleby. She was trying to box out the 6'2" Autumn McCall and did a great job. Heppel brings it up against the pressure here for the Cougars. They stay in their man-to-man. They drop it off, push in, and you can see that they kind of come up to defend on that layup, and that time it was Metz. Was that Metz who picked up the foul?
No, Thompson.
I'm just trying to create speculation, apparently. But
yeah, that was good. That was a good try.
Heppel, she had a 3 in that first half, and she'll get the free throw here. Make it 4 for the game.
Yeah, trying to go inside and seeing if you can get another foul either on Metz or McCall early would help the Huskies.
She gets both. That ends the 8-0 run for Centennial and puts Andover back up by 8 at 38-30. Miller comes back in. Of course, she'll be heading to Clemson University. The senior gears it up here, trying to defend up top against Frost to prevent that three-point look. Battles inside baseline. This toss is, they're going to call possession back to Centennial, as apparently Ingleby got a hand on it.
Ingleby got run over. It was McCall definitely had position.
Frost came into this game with 1,263 points on the season. Last season, she had 495 points.
There's Pete Anderson.
Look at that. Pete and I think, get to work together on Saturday, covering Andover and Anoka boys hockey.
Are you going to work the same due by that time?
Yeah, I might switch dues with Pete. Quick transition. McCall gets her feet underneath her. Transition converts. Miller goes by. First 2 of the second half here for Autumn McCall. 6-point.
Boy, those quick hands by Emma Frost. She seems to be able to get in there and deflect that ball away.
You know, her hands are so fast that I didn't wear a watch to the game, but now I am. To the baseline, Frost wants to stop. She has it stolen there by Metz. Metz leads and tries to throw open. Frost on a sideline pattern. A 9 route, I believe. Speaking of a 9 route, I saw Sam Musungo here tonight, who had quite a successful basketball career with Andover last season in the 1,000-point club, but also an excellent football season at Cornell University this year. That's a freshman. Great playing time, some touchdown receptions. Good to chat with him. McCall, movers left, right, and a nice scoop underneath off the glass by McCall, and she's got 9.
Oh, just excellent footwork. We've seen a couple of times tonight where she just is so comfortable down low.
Good pass to Miller, gets her legs under her. Good footwork, and 1 opportunity for Miller.
Annika Olsen with just an excellent touch pass. And that went right down, and Miller made no mistake.
And that's a tough ball to get your feet underneath and have the balance to put it up. And one opportunity for Miller, and just hard off the rim. Engelby, good job there getting the rebound, kind of letting that defensive pressure clear, and she gets the board.
Yeah, Claire Pullman kind of pulled away from her and left Engelby wide open.
She's got 7, does Engelby, and the Huskies have an 8-point lead inside. She's a magician at how she gets that shot off. Frost converts. Now with, I believe, 17. Up top here from the elbow. Stop and pop. Love that shot. Engelby is heating it up. She has 9. Huskies have been back up by 8. 3-ball corner. No good by McCall. You mentioned Jim, she'll be playing, or at least is committed to St. Thomas. She is just a junior. Voller. They're going to call an illegal pick or a moving pick there by Miller.
Miller kind of.
That's her 3rd foul.
Gave a shoulder, and now she's going to have to go. And now the advantage just swings down over to a little bit over to the Cougars.
Meanwhile, Voller will take a bench. Up top, Frost, left-hand dribble, finds a seam and converts off the glass for 2. Now with 19. 44-38. Up top, Miller looks for the cutter down below. Now she kicks it to the wing. Here's a drive. Olsen had it momentarily to Engelby. Engelby, step back. A beautiful runner and converts, and she is the first Husky in double figures tonight. Engelby now with 11, and a timeout called by Centennial.
Let's take a look at the standings, Joe. As we look at the, well, this is actually the second Section 7A standings. This is off of the Minnesota Score website. And, this is a big matchup. Centennial's been the perennial champion right now the last 3 years. And the Huskies off with a 6-0 victory, 6-0 record against the rest of the section. Anoka, the QRF is 2nd. Blaine 3rd, Centennial 4th, and then you've got Forest Lake, Cambridge Isani, and Duluth East. So this is a big matchup. If Centennial, if the Huskies can kind of run the table on this, having that first seed is very important.
That it is, and so Andover breaks the huddle. Andover, her first loss of the season came to Eden Prairie, and meanwhile, for Centennial, last year quarterfinals of the state tournament, their loss came to Eden Prairie, who was just one hot shooting team when they played against Centennial. Centennial came back to pick up wins over Egan and then Lakeville North to take the consolation last season.
They were in the semifinals in 2021.
Runner inside, unable, off the glass in front of the rim. Miller can control that ball and bring it down like no one's business here. Top to the wings, rotated to the far side. 3 seconds is the call on Miller. 12:42 to go here, and Centennial on that turnover can cut into that deficit, currently at 8 points. Here comes Frost. Little high dribble there. Coming into tonight, Miller had, in my calculations, 906 points, career points. That was coming into tonight. Meanwhile, Voller had already 1,024 points as she broke that 1,000-point mark against Robbinsdale Armstrong.
A really pretty impressive group of seniors here.
Voller heading to Sioux Falls, a great program. I just spoke with the D'Agostino family. Their daughter also played at Sioux Falls. That program has certainly grown, and so has the play of Engelby here. She takes it to the lane, gets a members roll. She has 13. Huskies have a 10-point lead, 48-38 to the wing, driving. Kicks back out. Oh, and she didn't establish herself, coming back down. A little too quick with that pass.
Yeah. She tiptoed around, and so Emma Frost last week passed the 1,000 mark against White Bear Lake. And yeah, this is pretty accomplished territory for quite a few members on the floor.
Drop back, here's Engelby. She puts it up, long rebound, foul will be on Miller, now her 4th. So she'll take the towel here, 11:45 to go. Jim, I think you had a stat what the record was over the course of the last, was it 8 years?
Well,
Centennial and Andover.
The overall is 5-33 as far as Andover. Andover has never swept the season series, and this is the first chance that they'll have to.
Well, it was McCall who had to take the towel with foul trouble in that first half. You saw the Huskies take that game over at that point. Now Miller has 4 fouls for Andover. She goes to the bench, but Centennial turns it over on their own 3-second call. 10-point lead, near side. Dribbles into the corner, Frost. Let's see if she can get a hand in there. Emma Frost for Andover. Stops, pops, beautiful trajectory and a clean looking 2-point shot that time for Frost. 12-point lead, 50-38 Andover.
Andover has withstood the momentum coming out of the locker room by the Cougars, and now they've built that lead back up. It was down to 6 at one time. So good defense right now is really kind of carrying the Huskies.
A 9-game winning streak for Andover. Their last loss came early in December. Turnaround here. No good. Pulled down. And Voller brings it up. Averaging, I said, 19.9 a game. And goodness, they are watching those picks closely tonight, and Evers picks up a foul.
That'll be her second foul, but she was moving her feet when as that came through. But what a play by Voller. Good rebound. 2 Cougars right around, and she is strong underneath.
10.5 remaining, second half. This is a thriller as Centennial looks to make a move here with Miller on the bench. McCall kicks it back out to Frost. Frost stops, hesitates, puts up the shot, and almost the end one, but she draws the foul on Purcell. So it will be Frost back to the line, Marissa Frost.
So Frost looking at 19 points so far. He is so shifty.
Looks good. As I mentioned, she's on her way to North Dakota State for basketball. And she hits both. Just a great looking shot, I think. So clean through the net. 10-point lead now for Andover. They'll bring it up. Purcell, far side of the court, kicks it to Evers. Evers has 2 3-pointers. She converted in the first half, had a team high 8 at half. Here's a runner by Voller. It's stripped by Frost. My gosh, what quick hands. Frost now wants to stop. She gets it to the perimeter. Dribble drive, stolen back by Voller. Love that effort. Voller looks to pass, holds on to it, then draws the foul on Frost. And Voller will go to the charity stripe with 10 minutes remaining exactly.
Great job by Voller to go right at Frost. And stolen away from McCall. And Voller goes right after that senior Cougar.
Frost picks up her second. Voller converts, and she has 7 on the evening. A couple of trifectas, and now a couple of free throws. Marissa Frost brings it up. Now she's pressured up top. It's funny how some of those things throw the cadence off. Yeah. She was just going to look for an outlet to Kate Lee. Lee was not watching, and she continued moving down. And Lee will go to the bench. Metz comes back in.
Well, Marissa Frost has not left the floor the whole game to play the entire first half. She's the only player that's been out there the entire time.
Oh, push from behind there as Evers put a backhand and forehand to McCall, sending her. Hoop McCall has not picked up a third foul yet, Jim, as she had 2 early in that first half.
Yeah, she's playing smart defense.
Returning after about a 4 or 5 game outage, and travel call there by Metz. Metz also a strong goalkeeper on the Cougars soccer team as well.
Yeah, she had a great season. She was very, very good.
Get a look at some of the fans in attendance here tonight. Andover trying to extend their win streak to 10, and now it's Emma Frost who draws the foul.
That's going to go on.
Frost at 6 at half, 8 on the game now.
I think you still, if you can, you go after McCall and see if you can get her 4th.
And I'm sure I cursed her because I just said she's not picked up that 3rd foul, just their last trip down and transition back. McCall comes out and Schmitz comes in. Sydney Schmitz averaging 3 a game. Emma Frost cannot convert on the 2nd. She's got 9 for a game total. All alone left underneath. Metz on the dime converting with Emma Thompson. Still an 11-point lead now for Andover, 53-42. Trying to reestablish a little different offensive approach here are the Huskies. Waller being guarded by Frost. A beautiful runner and getting it to go. Waller starting to heat it up. She's in double digits now with 10. Love that runner from Waller. This a 3. This from Frost. This is good. Draining it. A 3 ball by Frost. She has 24 here tonight. Still a 10-point lead. Turnover, Andover, 2-on-1. Bounce pass across, converting, good. Closing the deal, Emma Thompson.
Well, Munson, great job with the stealing and then just an excellent pass over to Thompson.
Dribble drive to the lane, tossing us up, drawing the foul on Metz. As Emma Frost tossed that up almost in frustration.
Yeah.
Drew the foul. Fouls starting to add up. And she misses the first off the front of the rim. It was a shooting 2 as you get a look at this foul. A lot of contact. Yeah. Engelby back in, Waller along with Heppel. And of course, Fields has been out on the court already. Setting up, give and go. Metz driving down the lane and draws the charge. Boy, Engelby, it was Fields who had to stand in there and be brave and draw that charge. And they're going to have a discussion if she was below that circle or
I think she was in the
they're going to reverse it here.
Nope, they're not. Yep.
So now 4 fouls on Metz. She's going to have to come out at some point here. 8 and change remains. 8:04 to go here in the second half. The Huskies with that 8-point lead. Trying to sweep the season series here on Centennial, which would be quite an achievement. Frost fakes the shot, kicks it back. Engelby now takes the shot and hits. Buries it.
All right, what a night for her. She has done a great job offensively tonight.
Engelby picks that up. She's got a season high of 22. Timeout called by Jamie Sobolik. And the 32nd timeout there of 58-47.
Take a look at the rankings as of last week on January 10th. Minnetonka, but I tell you what their winter sports are doing is just incredible. Either hockey or basketball, all in the top 10. Minnetonka girls basketball 11-0, St. Michael Albertville, followed by Hopkins, Edina, Wayzata, Maple Grove, Rosemont, and then you see Lakefield North along with the Huskies at number 9 right now
And
they're number 7 as far as the QRF rankings. But that Maple Grove Andover on the horizon, that should be an excellent matchup coming up. I believe it's next week.
That will be. And you see the number 10 team is Eastview. Eastview is the only other team other than Eden Prairie that has defeated Andover. Of course, that was early in December. In fact, December 5th. Since then, the Huskies have stacked 9 straight wins, looking for their 10th as Frost controls it. Marissa, unforced error there, is trying to do too many things at once. Went through the hands of Emma Thompson. Unforced error. The ball goes back here to the Huskies.
You know, one thing I love about what Blake Nichols has done is he has been able to integrate so many different players. You got 4 superstar seniors. Nice cut in front.
Beautiful job. Good close, Ellie Fields. And a nice dime.
There's one right there. Fields, who's, you know, doesn't get a lot of minutes, but when she does, she makes them productive.
Step back. Good. Excellent spin. Still on the inbound here, looking for support. Now a travel. Is whistled on Munson, who picked up the steal. No one saw her down there as it was 1v2 underneath the hoop, and she traveled.
A little sloppy play there. Munson able to anticipate where the ball was going.
Change up top. Fields had a good look right in the lane. She opted to pass it, and then Andover is whistled for the travel.
You can kind of tell when a player's driving in the middle and nobody's around them and they still look like they're going to pass. She had that made up in her mind before she even got in the lane.
Nice strip there by Heppel. Frost brings it up over the midcourt line, steps back behind 3, the perimeter. Strong drive inside off the glass. No good. Engelby wrestles her away for it, puts it up, no. And now she will go to the free throw line after getting banged around.
That's going to be number 4 on McCall, too.
Cooper's fouls are number 24 on McCall. Number 4 is 17th foul at the line for the Huskies. 2 shots. Number 13.
I don't know that they have a choice but to keep her in at this point. They trail by 11. They can't afford to get down by any more. But Engelby makes them pay on that free throw.
Joe, we've done a couple of Andover games so far this year. Piper Engelby in the second half seems to find her way and able to just kind of take over the offense for the Huskies at times.
18. Now for Engelby, and they have extended their lead and over to 62-49 here in the second half. To end the first half, they had a 14-point lead at 36-22, but Centennial came back with 8 unanswered points to cut into that deficit. Huskies have brought it back to match nearly that 14-point lead here on a defensive steal. Olsen picks it up, drops it. Engelby sees it in the lane, puts it up off the glass. Beautiful body contact control, and puts it off the square for 2. Converting back the other way, almost the travel, but holding on to that back foot. Pullman puts it up for 2 on the transition. Her first 2, and over 64-51. Off the weave, a handoff. Voller goes in for that drive, knocked off of her hand, and they're going to call it out of bounds. It's 20 points now for Engelby. She's been averaging 14 a game. Again, in that first meeting versus Centennial, Engelby had 13. To the corner is Munson. Lane stops, pivots, turns around, off the glass, draws the foul. And is that going to be on Fields, I believe?
Huskies fouls on number 11, Ellie Fields, her first 16th foul at the line for the Cougars, shooting 2 shots. Number 10, Molly Munson.
Munson goes to the line, shooting 2. Averaging 12 a game. And she gets the second and hits. I could tell by the release, Jim.
You'd see by the angle of the wrist. That's good. So
That's
another
your
timeout for the
you got it?
For the Cougars.
Yeah, it was. I'll tell you, in the one loss that the Huskies had, one of the 2, they had a look here. Well, let's take a look at what's coming up for Centennial here. They take on Anoka, host Anoka. Then they're at Robbinsdale Armstrong on the 26th. Elk River on the 30th. Host Blaine and Rogers on the 5th of February. That's what's in store, for at least for the next 5 games.
So Huskies have Champlin Park next week, along with Coon Rapids and Wayzata next Saturday. That'll be a good matchup here, along with Spring Lake Park and Elk River. At Elk River, so 3 home games coming up for the Huskies, Friday and Saturday, and next week Coon Rapids and Wayzata. That should be a good back-to-back.
Well, Wayzata will be an interesting matchup. Definitely talent there.
Well, that Lake Conference is loaded.
And they got Chaska coming up, does Andover on February 3rd. Then it's that Maple Grove game on February 7th. I had a chance to call a Maple Grove game as they were upset again. I think they were 8-0 coming into the game against Prior Lake and took the loss in that one. Near midcourt, there's Engelby. They're going to try to come from behind. That's Frost to knock it free. Now to Fields. They're going to try to work some time off the clock. Kind of in a zone across, and they trap and cause the turnover.
Good to get your ball handlers back out there. Emma Frost in.
You got it. Frost returns. Back up here, and Miller, again, with her 4 fouls back in, but she's going to kind of play a one-person zone underneath. Distant shot, good board by Miller, then she loses it, trying to scrap for it here, pull it back in, and they will call a tie-up.
Go to the Huskies.
11-point lead, and Anna Voller get in. She'll be a great fit at Sioux Falls University there. That'll be that's a program that has just been on the rise. They have Augustana down there as well. Some great baseball, football, basketball, just great programs. Voller tries to step back at the elbow, gets it to Ingleby.
Augustana now with hockey too.
Exactly. There's a runner, Ingleby, stripped and out of bounds, awarded back to Andover. Nice defensive play by Kate Lee. She got all ball.
Yeah, she's had a couple of nice defensive plays tonight.
Inside, good pass, good dime. Knew exactly where Frost was going to be and converts on the bounce pass and entry. 11 now for Emma Frost. 66-53. Marissa Frost gives a little Euro step, gets it back. She's just got no quit. She certainly has the engine. Here's a 3-ball from the wing, in and out. Good board by Miller. Brings it up court. Averaging a double-double this season is Miller. Star drive hard inside.
And counted. Wow.
With the and one off the glass.
You know, it's amazing how the Huskies can continue to have the core 4 all get into double figures every night. They do such a good job of not being so selfish and being able to distribute the ball. But great job by Voller on that one.
You know, what it is, it comes organic, so naturally. They just know, hey, rotation, who's going to get what and when, and they don't force it.
Yeah.
They have Frost with 11. Engelby with 20 and Voller with 12. Up top, Metz hands it off there to Lee. Back into the hands of Frost. He's guarded by Purcell, takes it to the lane and in and out. Could not stay down. Good board inside, picking up the loose change and depositing it for 2 that time for Lee. So back now to within 13. Huskies just trying to take a little time off the clock inside to Miller. She kicks it back. Frost, 3-ball, corner pocket. Short off the front of the rim, and transition time now. The quick pass, I think they're going to call that foul on Purcell, as she did not give the offensive player a chance to proceed as she get a step down. 3:06 to go. Really the tipping point here, Jim, for Centennial, they have not a lot of options left if they're going to make a run. It's got to happen now. Down by 13, 2 free throws here, and off the front end of a 1-and-1.
Well, yeah, you've got to start adding some pressure in there. You've got to
steal, and they'll call the foul on Centennial.
So Munson, that'll be her second. Metz and McCall are playing with 4.
Isn't that like a country western? Didn't we call Jim Erickson and find out if Metz and McCall as a?
Yeah, I think
some more was some sort of a country western band. Here's Ingleby hits. She's got Blackjack.
I think that's a joint down in Nashville. I think that's what.
21. She has a chance to tie a career high here with 22 if she can convert on this second free throw. A 14-point lead for the Huskies and make that 15. And this is now where that experience pays off for Andover. The experience of that core 4 in there and having played, journeyed plenty of games. Hard move by McCall, one-hand scoop, no good. Picked up by Voller on the board. She's going to go coast to coast, has it to the elbow, was just about to pick it up, and then the quick hands of Frost knocked it loose. 70-55 lead for Andover. Marissa Frost brings it up. Looks inside to McCall. McCall sets the pick at the elbow. She'll step back and cool and calmly sinks that 3. 29 on the night here for Marissa Frost. Emma Frost to the lane, kicks it back out. Huskies content here with taking ticks off the clock as we approach 2 minutes to play in Andover with a healthy 13-point lead. Here's a drive. Purcell back to Emma Frost. She fakes the shot, kicks it back to the corner. This a 3. Pure, clean-looking three-pointer that time converted by Purcell. Purcell now with 6 inside.
Offensive execution on that was outstanding.
Yep, took the time off the clock, you're right, Jim, and then kicked it out to the corner. Here's down inside to the bank, making a deposit there for 2 for Centennial. 13-point lead. Quickly back as Purcell. She goes to the corner now, gets it back to Ingleby. Ingleby taking, again, time off the clock here. Purcell right there. She's picked that ball up in a dangerous spot where you've got that baseline as an extra defender. But thank goodness a timeout whistled there. And Blake Nichols. And part of that, Nichols, again, outstanding job, has had a chance to coach these 4. Here's some QCTV broadcasts coming up.
Yeah.
Wrestling, Anoka versus Coon Rapids, and then Osseo and Champlain Park. So that'll be the 19th. Boys hockey, Andover at Anoka. My first trip to the Anoka rink this season. And then girls basketball, Champlain Park at Andover on the 23rd. Followed by girls basketball again, Anoka travels to Champlain Park on the 25th.
Well, Joe, that'll be a fun game of the Anoka Andover hockey game. I think you said you and Pete are doing that on Saturday. That'll be excellent.
It is, and I would say that the Andover boys are starting to find that they always play a tough schedule.
Yeah. Well, it's really top 5 schedule in the NAA. So.
And I was impressed watching the Andover girls hockey team. They lost earlier to Hill Murray 2-0 at home, and they came back to pick up a 6-1 win over Hill Murray at Hill Murray's home ice, and they're moving in the right direction here. I think it was 11-1 win over Osseo just the other night. Now I believe 4 regular season games left for Melissa Vogt and her team. There's Frost to the corner, picks up her dribble, kicks it out top. This Purcell for 3, she's fouled. Nope, they're going to say time expired.
Well, she looked like she got tackled there.
And I'll tell you, both teams have been moving the ball so proficiently tonight and getting quality shots off. I just temporarily forgot that there was a shot clock tonight just because it never got close.
Yeah. So we're going to have.
They're talking about me again. I can tell. That's what they're doing. And, hey, they're, I think, making a discussion as the ball goes, which location after that shot clock. So just under a minute to play. Andover on their way to a 12th win of the season and their 10th consecutive win. Nice drive by McCall. She closes the deal, and she has 11.
I think the Huskies can feel very comfortable now, you know, coming out of some adversity to begin the second half, where the Centennial Cougars came out with an 8-0 run, cut the lead down to 6. And the Huskies answered the bell. I mean, they really just kind of decided that this is going to be our game. And that will pay spades later on.
Yeah, it will. And, you know, Coach Nichols, hey, happy with that first win, playing in a tough environment, stripped there by Metz ahead to McCall. She'll put that in for 2. She's now at 13. But getting the win with all of the parts here in play for Centennial, big from a mindset here for Andover, and they will take home a 73-64 win this evening over Centennial. Centennial moves to 7-8. Andover now with their 12th win to 12-2. Impressive outing, Jim.
Yeah, it really. And hey, and congratulations to the Huskies. First time in school history that they've been able to beat Centennial for their sweep the season series. So a 2-0 wins against losses against Centennial this year, and an impressive win against a fully loaded Centennial team. This is going to play into the seedings for Section 7, and the Huskies' confidence coming out as well.
Well, an impressive outing. Huskies, as you mentioned, now go to 10 wins in a row, and Centennial has their 4-game win streak snapped at 4, and they fall to 7-8. Thanks for joining us tonight on this QCTV Sports presentation. Thanks for Ryan in the van, the whole crew joining us, the dynamic partners on the camera, and all around this court in the sports presentation. I'm Joe Rulin along with Jim Childs. It's a final. Huskies take home a 73-64 win tonight. Have a Major League evening at a minor league price.